What is going on, guys? This is Jagnal back again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about Road to Glory. We got the deep dive for College Football 26. I know in this trailer they did come out with the superstar mode built in, which I'm not going to talk about Madden. I'm not saying that Madden's going to suck. I think Madden might actually be better, but I'm probably not going to play the game because I'd rather just play college. I know there's a lot of people saying that Madden's going to be a better game this year. We'll see. We will see. I think Madden's just trying to have a better game so that they get the exclusive license, which I am vehemently against. I am a fan of competition, and I think, I don't know, I'm probably not going to play Madden. Maybe down the line. I bought the deluxe edition. I did not buy the MVP bundle, just letting y'all know. So this isn't going to be talking about Madden at all. A bunch of other content creators have talked about it. Go watch their videos. So let's talk about Road to Glory. So building on the foundation. In College Football 25, we laid the foundation for our multi-year vision of what Road to Glory could become. Well, we wanted the mode to be fast to fun, highly replayable, and grounded in the kind of meaningful decisions that defines a college athlete's journey. From the start, our goal was to create an experience about right or wrong answers. I think we all remember the sending a DM and getting blocked. Yeah, I will say 25 had some highlight. Overall, it was very mid. So it does seem like this is when I see multi-year, they've been saying this a lot. This is almost this is like a trilogy of games. They're trying to they're adding things in slowly, but they're adding things in each edition rather than tearing it down and replacing it. So I mean, obviously College Football 25 was very, very bare bones, but I think some things like the amount of hours you have to dedicate to things, that was part of the foundation, wear and tear, all that other stuff. But we'll get into it a little bit more. This is just kind of talking about stuff. I mean, with College Football 26, we've built directly on that feedback as part of our multi-year vision. So again, they're building off it. But now let's jump into creation. So this definitely seems like a very, the first big change, and I'll talk about it. Your Road to Glory begins with your first meaningful decision, choosing your initial star rating. So again, you can choose between the 2 and the 5-star, but it's going to be a lot more dynamic. And I think if you choose a 2-star, I think based off of it, you have the chance of moving your way up to a 5-star potentially, which is crazy. I don't think that ever really happens in real life. If you're a 2-star in high school, you are not going to be a 5-star. But hey, it's part of the game. I get it. I totally understand. But again, you could be a 5-star and suck your way down to a 3-star. So again, I think it's cool that. And then basically, whatever star rating you start with is basically going to determine which abilities you get. So if you want it to be easy, you pick a 5-star and you get more abilities. The one thing that I am excited about is that it does seem like being a 2-star is finally you can finally actually enjoy the game potentially, because you're kind of building your way in high school. You can start as a 2-star, but maybe you can work your way up to a 4-star based off of how good you play. And I'm okay with that, because when you're a 2-star and you commit to a school in college, you just don't play. You don't play for 3 years, and it's annoying. So I think this would be actually a fun underdog story to actually try this out. But so there you go. So it talks about the abilities, and then you can pick your archetype. I think we'll go into here, which we'll go into in a second. So again, you can pick that. I've also heard, I've heard media people saying you can just skip high school, which again, that's what we're talking about, guys. This is high school. It's in the game. Just if you guys haven't noticed already, high school is in the game, but we'll talk about high school in a second. I know it's very controversial, but we'll get there. I think you can skip high school, but I haven't, people have said that, but also, I don't know. So it seems like you can do that, but if you just want to go straight to college. But it seems like the high school experience, they've really streamlined it to where it's it's probably the best thing to do. Is you might as well just do high school, because it's not going to take that long. Okay, then you get to choose your position. The positions have not changed. I blame Madden. For this, because the thing is that superstar mode and Road to Glory are tied to the hip. And if Madden can't get any more positions, college can't get any more positions. I really think that college could have added safety, edge rusher, but Madden hasn't. And I know the Madden superstar mode, those devs said that, in a few years it's going to be really good. But or I think it's gonna be in a few years it'll be the everyone's favorite game mode or something. So I totally blame Madden for the reason why there isn't. People blame the college devs. I mean, it could be, but I really think that college people they could totally allow you to be a safety. But Madden, they're still working on it. Madden's still getting their stuff together. So blame Madden for that. That's my I could be wrong, but I'm just being a hater. So you can be QB, halfback, wide receiver. Now they call it Mike, which is basically what a middle linebacker is, because they did change the positions, which I actually do like that. And corner. Again, I wish it was just like DB or again, because like I think being a safety would be more fun than being a corner. Because a corner, you're just like on this side of the field, versus safety, you can like see whatever. I guess Mike is fine, I guess. And then yeah, this is basically just talking about like archetypes. There are a bunch more archetypes now. It is different depending on what position. Like I think so. Obviously, there's 6 for a halfback, but for a quarterback, I think there's like 4. I mean, there are a lot more. Which, you know, contact, seeker, like these are very interesting names. Like it's no longer elusive receiving power back. It's like they're a lot more. It almost seems like they like kind of mesh into each other. So a contact, seeker, halfback, I would assume that's like the power back. East-west playmaker, so that's like those shifty types. Backfield threat, I'm guessing that's like a receiver. Elusive bruiser, like I feel like that might be a pretty, I would probably pick that one, right? Because you would think like that would be like you're quick and you can like hit people. North-south receiver, north-south block. Who is gonna pick north-south blocker? Like to be fair, who is gonna pick this? Like what does that mean? Like does this mean you're gonna be a really good pass blocker? Okay, like yeah, oh my god, you're really good at blocking for your quarterback. It's your road to glory, not his. Anyways, after selecting your archetype, it's time to customize your player. Yada yada yada. So there are a lot more cool things with the customization of your player. Flat jackets still look kind of wonky, which I'm like, come on guys, what the heck? But apparently, depending on your body type, they added a new lean body type, which is cool, I guess. I personally am not a lean person, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but maybe I'll just create another person, because I feel like my road to glory, I think I might be a little too old for that. You can do your name, Thomas swipe right. Is that supposed to be like a Tinder thing? Your jersey, whatever. Apparently your home state and your hometown is like important for like where you are. Like it's gonna help for like recruiting, which I think is cool. I do like how these things actually have like a point. Bro's 6'4", 220. Bro does not look 6'4", 220 personally, but you know, hey, maybe he's just got some muscle somewhere. And then you get to pick your high school name. I think you can just type it in. Cool, I guess. And then your mascot. So I think there's what, 6? Let's see. Next 6. There are 6 preset mascots. So you can pick 6, which hey, totally fine with that. I'm glad, better than 1. I really thought it was just gonna be 1 personally, but the fact you can pick 6, or I'm gonna scroll a little bit. You can use Team Builder, which is very cool. Now, you can only use it for your own school. You can't, like, change your opponents, which I know some people are going to be really upset with, but based on how the games are played, I don't think they matter that much, which I'll get into in a second. But you can, upload your own Team Builder school, which basically means, like, there's going to be, like, a community of people who just make high school teams, which there are. One of my favorite people on Twitter, I love the uniform accounts. Like, shout out to all the uniform tracking accounts. Like, they are like they're like my favorite, and they all love to go crazy on Team Builder and creating like all the high school teams in their state. There's gonna be so many on there. Like, I know my own high school is already on Team Builder, so I might just do that. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that based on the overalls of their players, like if you give them all 90 overalls, this is like 90 overall in the college terms. Like, I think in like the actual high school, like they're gonna be like 60 overalls because like they're just, you know, high school players, but it's like trying to compare it to college players. So like if you give them like 90 overalls, you're just gonna just absolutely destroy everyone. But I think you can also like decide to just choose like a basic random generic roster, but also to keep in mind your custom stadium will all be used. So I think that's why they gave you the high school stadium as an option in Team Builder. So you have the 3 like generic stadiums that are college size, which I'm excited to see what those. I haven't seen them yet. And then we have the high school stadium. So I'm assuming people who create high school stadiums will use that high school stadium, which is going to be a little annoying that it's the same stadium. But to be honest, a lot of high school stadiums are pretty similar. It's just one big section on one side behind the home bench. On the other side is a little smaller section. And then maybe for like those big Texas schools, you could pick like Tulane Stadium, because some of those Texas high schools have pretty big stadiums. Who knows? So go crazy with it. Then you can choose your appearance. This is where I'm actually pretty hyped. And I'm pretty sure this is also going to be in Dynasty. So this is going to be really awesome. So basically, you can choose your throwing style, which I know you can already do that, but apparently there are 40 of them, which I know that's way more than what we currently have. Very cool. You can change like your ball carry style. So I don't know what loosey goosey is. Like I guess you just hold it out like for, again, I think this is very cool. I like how you can change this. Like I heard someone said that this might be the most customizable like college football game we've ever had. And I know some people are like, well, we don't have like create a stadium. We don't have like, there are some features that we don't have like in terms of aesthetics, but being able to change like your style, your running style, that is actually really cool. I didn't expect EA to do this. I didn't even think about this too. Like all these different things, like your shotgun stance, your under center stance. Obviously you have other things like your, you know, you could do your halfback stance, which I think this is like the Ashton Genty style, which again, that's really cool. Cause I think when you're, again, this is for Dynasty too, is that when you have new guys come in, they're not just going to be like the same looking player with just a different number and like maybe different equipment. Like you can make them have like these different mannerisms or styles in this case, which again would be cool. I know some of the throwing styles were kind of weird, so I do think that will be fun to like see if they update it. I mean, Madden definitely dived into it. I know there's a lot of crossover. It does seem like that's where it's coming from. Like they are like bringing them over. Again, because like Madden, they have like very player specific styles, but I think what they've done is like instead of just doing like specific for players, there's like, hey, we're just gonna let you do it yourself. Like, and that's the thing with the college community, give us the tools and we will do the rest. Let us cook. We will cook for you, EA. Let us do your work. That's why it's like, if you let us design our stadiums, we will. But I think that's either here or there. That's down the line. Okay. So yeah, Mr. Thomas Tinder, he's a pocket passer, so I guess you get to pick your abilities, you know, fine. High school. So here we go, guys. We are in high school. So you get to talk to this reporter. This looks a lot more like an actual person and not like one of those AI characters that was in the last Road to Glory. It was like their face was like getting cut off in the circle. So it's like the same thing where you get to talk about what you want, and it basically is going to determine like what schools initially have interest in you. Okay, now the big thing about high school, you don't play full games, which is kind of an L, but I will say I haven't played it, so I don't know what I'm gonna say, but I want to try it. It's interesting to see how it's gonna work. Now, I've heard from the devs that they want this to be a very quick experience, and I think they want it to be more focused on the recruiting experience rather than just playing high school, because let's be real, in NCAA 14, no matter what difficulty you played on, you cooked everybody. And also, you would just earn a scholarship to everyone you played at. So it didn't really, like high school, it was cool to play in it, but there was really no consequences to it. Like you played your games, you were going to get offered. That's how it worked. Like you had to purposefully suck to like not get offered by your favorite school. Or you could just walk on and then become a starter within like, you know, the week 4. So I think they wanted to actually put more decision making and consequences in the high school experience, which again, if this doesn't work, then just give us back the full games. But I like how they're trying something new, and we might like it, we might hate it, we'll find out. So the whole point of high school is to build your tape, which I'm assuming this is like recruiting points, like XP. So it's your tape score. That's something that is like getting people to, you know, like you more. So this is what the screen looks. I do like this background. It looks very cool. You see the logo. I hope that your team builder logo gets put there as well. Maybe you have the team name, the lockers. Very cool. I like this a lot. I also see it like how they made these logos like patches. Like that seemed like the style that they're going with in this year. Last year was like everything was like a sticker. Now everything is like a patch. I like how they're switching it up. It's good to keep things fresh. So managing your top schools. Recruiting is competitive, and how you manage your top schools can make or break your path to a scholarship. Each school sets a scholarship threshold, and to earn an offer, your assessed tape score must meet or exceed it. So again, like the tape score is going to matter. So again, it's like reaching if you need 10,000 tape score, once you get 10,000, you'll get an offer from like Florida State or whatever. But it is dynamic based off of the threshold. So it could be the team prestige, scheme fit, motivations, proximity to campus, team needs, and also like your answers. I do like how all these are going to have, because this is going to basically create replayability. So like if you do go for a different school, or if you're doing a different quarterback, like the different archetypes, again, going with like a scrambler quarterback versus a pocket passer. I think they mentioned like Navy is not going to want to go crazy for you if you're a pocket passer, but unless you're like really good, they might recruit you anyways. Your motivations, like all this is, I do like this. Like the recruiting experience is like really dynamic, and it makes it seem like you're earning your offers and earning where you want to go to school rather than just picking and then, you know, you can do whatever you want. So you get to see this. So it's like this is like the recruiting thing. So you get to see like their depth chart. Now, one thing to keep in mind, now this is something that's different from last year. Last year, when you jumped into college, you were jumping into the current season. So last year, it was during the 2024 season. You started in 2024. Now, you are basically playing high school in the first season, so 2025, and then you come into the 2026 class. So the first season is getting simmed in the background while you're in high school, which I think is great because, first of all, like, I think you don't want to mess up like the current like recruiting for like, I see why they did it that way, because you have the current freshmen come in that are already on the roster, so like you wouldn't want to mess that up, but also like you'll kind of go into your own situation. Like when you jump in, like every scenario is going to be different because of how the sim works. So you might come in and, you know, maybe Oregon finally won their national title, or this school fired their coach. Like every time you jump in, you'll be jumping into the 2026 season, and it's not going to be the same starting point, which again, I think that's cool. I like that. I think that's a fun experience. Now, of course, you got to keep in mind, that some people like might leave. Like Arch Manning, like they're saying that people are saying that Arch is gonna like go to the draft. Some people saying he's gonna stay. So like you have to think about that. Like if you're quarterback, like is he gonna stay or is he gonna go? Like we're simming this season. And then you'll be competing for offers against recruits as a part of a 4,100 player recruiting class, which is quite a bit, guys. That is definitely a lot. Where schools are targeting other players in your position, so it's really is like a dynamic thing. So. And I'm assuming all these recruits are auto-generated, so you could be wanting to get that offer from Texas, but as a quarterback, but they may have already offered a 5-star. So it is interesting. Like you can see their recruiting class, again, and you always see like their targeting. So their targets, like you could see all their targets. So that's really cool. So it's like and this was one thing that I was looking for in terms of Road to Glory when I put on my wish list, is that I want the recruiting process to feel like you are the recruit in the dynasty experience. Like you are the recruit being hard sold. Now, instead of it being like you're being hard sold and all that, you are like you kind of have to earn the offer, but we'll talk about that in a second. But it is definitely like, I do think that's a cool experience. Like I am kind of a fan of this. So you can manage your board at a time in the My Recruitment action. You're allowed up to 10 schools on your list, so your top 10. Let's see, going. Okay, so let's go into building your tape. So this is where people are going to be a little upset. Once your season begins, it's time to show what you can do on the field, and that means building your tape. Over the course of your high school schedule, you'll play 5 games, which I know some people are like, what the heck, 5 games? And then it's going to be even worse. Oh, 4 key moments. Oh, so tragic. So yeah, basically you don't play full games. You basically are picking like specific moments. I'm going to scroll down. So you basically pick moments, which, okay, again, for the replayability, I kind of get it. Like I wish I could play a full game. Like maybe you play a full game and like these things still matter. But basically what it is like you're playing against Lebanon. Isn't that a country? But whatever. So you're playing against the Middle East, and you get to pick 4 moments. So there's so you pick 4 of 5. And can you pick? I'm wondering if you can just pick 1 or 2. And apparently each different moment has a different tape score boost. Depending on, I think it depends on your scheme fit. So like your time, early in the quarter, your arm talent's being tested, showcase your strength and accuracy, and then you get to see your goals. And these are like the goals that give you the big like tape score bonuses. So avoid interception by your rival, which apparently that's a thing where you'll see like a person like the text rival will show up on that, and you just basically don't let them like mess you up. Complete passes from the pocket. Again, this is cool though. Like I do like how it's like you have to stay in the pocket and do it. And if you do it, USC is gonna love you a lot. Notre Dame's gonna be like, yeah, fine, cool, I guess. So you get a bunch of different ones. So once you complete it, like that's it. So again, the whole point of high school isn't about like winning games. It's about doing these objectives. So I get that, because like some people are like want to like be able to win a high school championship. Like they want to win the state championship. That's not really the point. So yeah, it's not about winning. It's more about doing the goals. But hey, again, remember, it's your road to glory. I mean, it's not the other ones. Like you're the one trying to get recruited by USC. You don't care if your teammates win or lose. So it is what it is. Like I do like this process. Maybe you put this in like a full game potentially. But again, I haven't played it yet. We haven't played it yet. It might actually be pretty cool, but I do like how there's like dynamic things here. Okay, so then we have the game itself. This is the high school stadium. Looks very, very standard again. I think there's like the bigger crowd over here. This is like the smaller crowd. Got your logo, the, whatever. So standard. Once you select your 4 moments, it's time to take the field. Before each drive begins, you'll see a banner that sets the stage outlining the situation, your drive goals, and how different schools view the moment. But once the whistle blows, it's your time to execute, or it's on you to execute, whatever it says. So here we go. So this is where it is. So, it looks like the tape score has changed. So again, like you have to do this stuff, and then you're in the game. During gameplay, you'll have access to your full playbook, customized to your archetype. A pure runner might see more quarterback design runs, while a pocket passer will have additional plays that stretch the field through the air. That's cool. That is cool, and I hope that comes over to college too, because I like having different plays. Like we all know the whole thing where you had the same 3 plays, and that is cool. Like I like how if you're a running quarterback, you're gonna have, because that's the thing, guys. In college, like you'll have like running quarterbacks, and all they do is run the ball a lot of the times. Like you saw the tapes of Lamar Jackson. If you saw Lamar Jackson's high school tape, he was scrambling all over the field. Like Louisville did not recruit Lamar because he was an elite thrower. They recruited him because he was an elite athlete. Now, obviously, he turned into a Heisman winner, very good NFL quarterback who can also throw the ball really well. But anyways, your drive goals are also in the top 3 or top right. Very cool. I think this is also carrying over to Ultimate Team with the goals. Again, quality of life feature. See this right here, so you get to see the gameplay. I do like the score bug. I like how there's a different score bug here. It's like, more basic, like high school-y, I guess. But to be honest, this doesn't matter, because the point isn't to win the game. The point is to get the drive. So like that's the only thing that's kind of dumb, is that like, while this is cool, you can see this score bug. In the end, it literally means nothing. Like you could be losing 40-10, but as long as you hit your drive goal, that's all that matters. And then this is where you see your rival. So basically, in this point is like, in my opinion, I wouldn't throw it to him, because if it says avoid pass breakups from your rival, why would I do it? Unless I'm cooking him, but like there's no like benefit of throwing it to him. And you see like little text over him, which is fine, I guess. Like I think that's like actually in the game. That's not like, someone photoshopped that in. So let's keep going. After each moment, you'll get a drive summary, and apparently you can also redo it. Okay, so we got a little bit more details. After each moment ends, you'll get a drive summary breaking down your performance. This includes, so these are drives, it seems like. You get to play 4 drives. This includes all completed goals, your total tape score, and how many moments remain, and any team impacts you created, which are plays that are not part of your core drive goals but influence your team's ability to win the game. Team impacts can work for or against you. For example, scoring a touchdown increases your team's chances of winning and provides with additional tape score. Conversely, throwing an interception, fumbling, or taking a sack hurts your team's chances. Okay, so at least like if you're doing all your stuff, you're not gonna be losing 40-0. Like you'll probably be cooking, which is fair, I guess. I mean, here's the thing, in high school, like usually like the best players are like, unless you're playing at like a prep school, like you're just destroying your teams. But if you're playing on a difficulty other than Heisman, you'll have the option to restart a moment from the summary screen. The number of retries available scales with your difficulty setting. That is cool. It looks like Heisman, you got 1 chance, which again, that makes it like important. Like you can't just redo it until you get it. Like you gotta do it. Which I think people would just quit. Like, can you just quit and just restart it? If you really care about that. But here we go. Managing your star rating. After each game, you'll see updates to your star rating. So it looks like it's up here. So you see like 2-star to 3-star is a big gap, but 3 to 4, 4 to 5 is a little bit different. So I think if you start off as a 2-star, like it's gonna take some time. So I'm guessing if you start off as a 3-star, you start off here, 4-star, you start off here, and then it can go down or up. Okay, so after each game, you'll see updates to your star rating alongside your national, state, and position rankings. That's cool. I like seeing that. Like, do you want to be the #1 overall recruit or the #1 overall QB? Like, I think that's really cool. These rankings rise and fall based on your performance, and if you want to finish as a 5-star prospect, near perfection is required, but the path goes both ways. Just because you start as a 5-star doesn't mean you'll stay there, and just because you begin as a 2-star doesn't mean you can't climb the rankings. Yeah. Your final star rating has major consequences. It directly affects the strength of the scholarship offers you receive, and it determines your starting attributes and abilities once you reach college. Players who finish as a 4 or 5-star recruit will also unlock the ability to select an additional mental ability before leaving high school, a final edge earned through performance and consistency. So there is a lot of okay, so you see you're a national 126 player, #1 in the state, and 10th in your position. Okay, so I do think that's cool. Like, you get to, there are consequences of in benefits of it, and it seems like your scholarship offers will change based on, like, if you're a 4 or 5-star, like you get better boosts or something. Let's see. You'll encounter high school scenarios, dynamic interactions with college coaches. So you have these things and you can like talk about it. You can post some, so like there's something where it's like, if Sark is like, hey, we're your favorite, you can like put it on your social as my top school, and it's gonna make Texas love you, but all the other schools are gonna be like, whoa, what's happening? Same thing with if you say that you lost interest, like Texas is gonna be like, all right, we're out, but all the other schools are gonna be like, hey, we're back in. I think that's a really cool dynamic, like the whole recruiting process. Like I actually really think this is fun, like a fun experience. Again, I think it will be, as long as these aren't like just repeated, which is a different like coach, which who knows, it's EA, could be, but you know. Oh, what? Oh, here we go. I thought there was a bug here. It says like we dominated the Big 12. I'm like, they're in the SEC, but it says, and then we made the title game in our first year in the SEC. So, it seems like they do have custom, like this is a very Texas specific thing. Hi, I'm Coach Sark from Texas. Yeah, I think I know who you are, buddy. I'm also interested. Well, actually, no, man. I was gonna say, what if a coach gets fired, but like they won't get fired till after the season, so everything's gonna be the same. And then you see Coach Franklin saying that, hey, we're not taking you. You know what the funny thing about this is that I think James Franklin, like, I think he always takes 2 quarterbacks per class. So I think it's funny that in this scenario, we're not taking a quarterback. Like that's actually, because I think it's what I remembered. It was like, that's like his thing. Like he likes taking multiple quarterbacks per class. So that's a funny little thing. Anyways, and then you'll engage with classmates. So again, you can, hey Alex, what's up, Alex? Hey, you going to homecoming? Yeah, I'm gonna slide into the DMs. To be fair, I think this is how I think about it. If you're a 5-star, you're sliding into the DMs, you're gonna hit. Because they know the potential of what you could be. They know that you could be, unless you're just a bad guy, they know that you could be a NFL pick. You would respond to that. I would respond to that DM. But if you're like a 2-star recruit and you slide in the DMs, you're probably gonna get curved. I doubt it's that. I doubt it's that deep. But if it is, that would actually be pretty funny. So highlight moments. In addition to coaches pitching you on their program, some schools will challenge you directly, asking you to put a specific skill on tape. Okay, so, hey Thomas, let's see. We think you're an excellent prospect, but we want to spend this week evaluating you up close. So it looks like you're gonna like look and see what you're gonna be doing. And I think when that happens, you get like your own, okay, so so you'll have more moments come up here. So instead of it just being 4 or 5 that you pick 4 from, you'll have more. So like, what if you just don't pick Texas? Like, what if Texas is like, hey, we're gonna challenge you, and like, I'm not gonna do it. But let's see, get a 50-yard pass completion. That is interesting, because I mean, it could happen pretty easily, but that's definitely gonna make your coach is gonna be pissed when you're just like trying to chuck it deep. Like, guys, yo, coach, Texas is watching. I'm gonna get six times my tape score boost if I get this 50-yard completion, and I bet coach will be happy with it. He'll let it slide. So yeah, only Texas is gonna be here, but I think, you know, if you choose this, you won't be able to choose the end zone escape moment. So there are, again, I do like how these decisions have impact. You know, it's cool. I get it. So now let's talk about scholarship offers. Earning a scholarship offer is a milestone, but it's just the beginning. Not all scholarships are created equal, and each one comes with its own tier, bonuses, and risks. Like, does Texas's come with a Lambo, or does the Georgia one come with, like, a speeding ticket? I don't know. Once you receive an offer, your next goal is to improve it. Scholarship tiers are dynamic. They can go up or down based on how you're performing, how schools can view you, and what's happening. Your star rating plays a big role. As your rating climbs, schools may upgrade your offer with better perks, but if your rating drops, okay, that's cool. Like, so, like, you can get a better Lambo, or you can get I don't know. I'm just messing with you guys. But I'm guessing it's like different like skill points or different abilities, which, cool. Your offer tier can also change if a school signs another player at your position. Not only will the required assessed tape score will the required assessed tape score to keep your offer increase, but the quality of the scholarship package itself may drop. Likewise, your interactions with coaches, your performance and highlight moments, and if your choice in off-field scenarios all affect how schools see you. Wow, that really, that made me illiterate. So this is talking about getting an offer. Cool. What comes with a better scholarship? So here we go. Higher tier offers aren't just for bragging rights. Yeah, I guess they come with bonuses, stronger starting values in your academics, additional XP, extra skill points. Okay, so that is cool. So like there is a point of doing it. If a school has offered you a scholarship offer, you can view their offer from the recruitment tab. So, okay, so you can see, let's see, verbally commit, very sick. So you see all these things. So you have these offers, and you could commit if you want. Verbally committing. Wow, it's almost like they written this out, this narrative. They'll go this way. Verbally committing. To protect your scholarship tier and bonuses, you can verbally commit to a school. This locks in your offer exactly as it stands, including its current bonuses. Okay. So basically, if you're looking at Oregon, this could go up or down based on how you're playing. And if you just you're like, you know what? I'm going to lock in this offer. I think it's going to be good. Like, so you can decide, like, is the grass going to get greener, or I'm actually pretty good where I'm at. I'm going to commit now. So you lock in all these bonuses now. So that's cool. And yeah, who's gonna commit to James Madison? They only have they don't really have a lot of big things here. Well, you know what's crazy? Arizona State has only a +1 starting an academic, because Arizona State's not necessarily known for being an academic powerhouse, at least from what I've heard. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. Once you commit, offer can't get worse, but also can't get better. Even if you dominate in your next game, increase your star rating, the school's offer won't change unless you decommit. You can decommit. Very cool. I like that. However, decommitting comes with consequences. If you back out, the tape score threshold required to earn a new offer from a school will increase. So if you're someone that's just flip-flopping, it's going to be a lot more difficult. Eventually, people are probably going to back out. Additionally, your maximum potential bonus with that school would decrease. In other words, the best they can offer going forward will not be as strong as what you had before. So what if you want to go with Oregon, you back out, and then so the thing is, there's a point. It's like, do you want to commit early and then decommit, but I think the whole thing about that is that they should make it to where you can commit to James Madison and then decommit for a better offer, like flipping, because I think that's typically what happens, right? Because typically people they get a smaller offer and then they flip to a bigger school, but I think we'll have to see how it plays out. But it is cool, though. I do like how this works. You get to decommit and commit. This isn't about signing. You can, it's not over once you commit. You can go back on your word, I guess, which I'm sure all the fans on social media would love. So, and just because you have an offer doesn't mean it's safe. It's a live recruiting class. If a school signs another player, your position, your standing can fall. Poor scenario decisions or slumping performance can cause your value to drop and your offer to be revoked. So if you're committed, I don't think they'll pull your offer, but I think if you're not committed and you start to they sign someone else or someone else commits, then they'll pull it. So that is cool, though. Again, I keep saying it's cool. I like this. Senior night. At the end of your high school season, you'll get one last chance to leave it all on the field. This is your capstone moment, blah, blah. You'll be honored with a special run out, flowers in hand. Cool. You could say you'll be able to hug your mom, I guess, as you celebrate your final home game. And then once you finish it, you get to announce your top 3. And then this decision is critical. This is what you'll take into signing day. So I'm assuming even if you're committed, you go into signing day and you officially go into it. Okay, signing day. You made your tape. You've earned your offers. Now it's time. Signing day is the final step. This is at you got your high school gym. Go ahead. Oh, so yeah, you can like throw the hats and stuff. And then you like officially committed. Very cool. I like that. Welcome to college. So guys, this is a long video, guys. I realize this is a kind of a long video. But that was high school. Again, I'm interested to, I think the recruiting process is a huge huge upgrade. I think playing the games, like there's not really a big purpose in, I mean, I guess it's like if you do good, you'll probably win the games, but like you're not trying to win the championship. You're trying to earn offers, which I guess that's like the whole point of this Road to Glory. Like your whole point is to go to college. This isn't high school football 26. This is college football 26. But again, I think I like how they're doing something new. We'll see how it goes. Okay, let's go to college. All right, we're in college. I'm just gonna scroll through it. Weekly agenda, blah, blah, blah. I will say, I do like the background. I do like how you got your dorm, your double bunk, I guess, which is, you know, that's interesting, I guess. And then you got your weekly agenda, your practice. You can upgrade your players, stuff like that. You got your player right there, which I think is cool. You get to see him like there at all times. He's bro is in his dorm room in full uniform. I know it's just like a background, but I thought that was funny. Your weekly agenda, so you'll be able to, you basically get 5 energy points on a short week. So I'm assuming if you're playing like a, what's it called? If you're playing, who am I talking about? If you're playing a game against, if you're playing a weekday game, week 6 on a regular, 6 energy points on a regular week and 7 on a bye week. So I do like that. So I think it's depending on how many days between games. We've also rebalanced how each meter works. They've now rise and fall more dynamically based on your weekly decisions and energy use. So that's the one thing with this weekly agenda. The biggest issue with the weekly agenda was that people would just this is what I would do. I would consistently put points into XP, and then I would put it into my health so that I wouldn't go into a game with like wear and tear. I only touched academics like once to like get it to a point where I wouldn't fail. I never touched leadership. And I really never touched brand. Now, there was a time where I did change the sliders to where my XP was like 300%, and it finally allowed me to spend time on the brand. But like, I think being able to spend points on training was like, it wasted all my points. So I think that's what I feel like they mentioned it here. So you won't, so then you have so they added the whole wear and tear thing for like the whole year. So your season and career health, I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest, but you know, they talk about health pools, and I know what they're saying, but like, we'll see how it plays out. Like, we'll see how it plays out. Again, seeing all the wear and tear stuff, I think you can just turn it off if you don't want it. So then you have your NIL deals. So apparently the NIL deals are a lot more important because apparently they come with skill points, which I think that's cause like your whole point of getting like these features were like, you get more stamina, or but now it's like you get skill points, which I think that's a good trade-off. Like that's like the currency that matters to you. Like you want the skill points, you can upgrade your player. Getting those skill points is cool because then you can upgrade it however you want. I do like that. Scenarios and dilemmas. I do like how college football doesn't use like cheesy cutscenes. Like really like how they don't do that, because I swear the ones in Madden and then some of them in 2K were just so bad. I'm fine with it just being like text-based scenarios. Totally okay with that. So all the stuff you can do, like, yeah, I mean, all these scenarios. And then we have coach trust and position battles. So it reminds me a lot of college football or NCAA 14 with those coach trusts, where it's like, as you get more, you get play swap, increased number of plays, audibles, hot routes, QP protection. So you can only change, like, as you get further. And like, as you can see, you have one play, also new FCS team, FCS Southeast. That is a new team, by the way. And then, so again, you have 2 plays. And then, oh, okay, so as you can see, you're getting better. You can, like, scroll. Like, you have plays you can scroll through. So I think that's cool. Are these different? Let's see. Are these different? Inside zone. Hold on. Inside zone. Okay, these are all different. Okay. I was a little worried. I was a little worried that these were all going to be the same plays. I'm like, why are there 2 inside zone plays? Oh, wait. These are also different. This inside zone is different from this inside zone. So they're not just copy paste plays, I think. So it looks like we're good. Coach trust, all that stuff. Coach happiness. This is interesting. Bro is just like dead inside. You'll build coach trust through your in-game performance and practice, both played and simulated. And this year, if you sim practice, you'll now receive a notification showing exactly how much coach trust. Okay, cool. I like how that works. Because I was someone that sim practice, but maybe it might be better to play a few times. I don't know. As your coach trust grows, you'll compete in position battles in College Bowl 26. The score you'll need to beat now scales based on the position you are battling for. Winning the starting job is more difficult than moving from third string to a backup. Okay, thank you. That was actually so difficult. Like, if you're a running back and you're trying to be the second string, like, sometimes, like, they would give you, like, the two position battles that's, like, impossible to win, at least for me, like, in the gauntlet, and I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to be the backup. So I do think that's cool. Coach happiness. So this is a new mechanic. Coach trust is, like, long-term, while coach happiness is, like, much more variable. Varies, like, week to week. So, like, if your coach is pissed at you, you could get what affects coach happiness. So here we go. We'll just talk about. I like how it's like he's angry, the angry little guy. Oh, you got benched. Okay, so that's what happens if you get down. I'm assuming. Oh, game performance. So win games, make big plays. He's gonna like you. Meters. Your GPA and leadership ratings contribute. Okay. So this is where the leadership comes in. So if your leadership is bad, like, you just ignore it, your coach ain't gonna be too happy with you. Scenarios, so that's probably like, whatever if you decide to cheat on your test or not. And then practice, and then, okay, so I guess this is why, like, going for those medals is important. Adds a layer of short-term consequences and emotion to your career. Your coach isn't always there to look good. He's evaluating you week by week, every performance, every rep, every decision matters. So yeah, if you're happy, great. So if everything is great and he's happy with you, you're going to get more coach trust. But if it's down, I'm going to go down. Oh, so you're losing coach trust. Or it says affects 0.75. Is that negative, I'm guessing? Oh, you lose coach trust. Okay, so yeah, you are. Yeah, because if it's 0.75, you're actively losing. Okay, that makes sense. So here we go. This is the gameplay. And then running out of the tunnel. So we saw this as the Virginia Tech one. So that was a really cool moment. And then we have Super Sim, which that's probably just like, I don't know why it says playing key moments. Like, can you play the key moments of your game? Like, that's one thing I saw. That I was like, is this mean like are we still gonna play every snap on offense, or is it just like an option? I thought that was just something interesting. Scrolling down, per play grading. This reminds me a lot of 2K, which, hey, Scott OG is from the 2K. He was part of the great part of 2K. So I think, like, having this down here, so that's cool. I like having your stats there is also really sick. I think that overall is really cool, and it seems like they also changed the camera angles too. I like this after, like, this post game screen. I like how the stats are here and your stats. Kind of cool. Gonna keep scrolling down. Progression in College Bowl 26 has been reworked to offer a more natural and rewarding sense of growth. We've increased the number of levels from 10 to 20, so just more gradual growth, but I'm assuming it costs less, right? I have to, right? So cool, I guess. It's not really, like, don't care either way. I mean, it's nice. Oh, whoa. Okay, I can see where these, like, oh wait, you see the things down here where it's like your abilities from your coach can, like, increase this. So that's cool that is in Road to Glory. Very solid. As part of this overhaul, we've also rebalanced the upgrade costs. So there you go. You can upgrade your player anytime. And then mental, physical abilities. So here's the thing. So, like, if you want Platinum Shifty, it requires multiple certain things to be high enough. So it sees boost. So sleight of hand is for trick plays and play action. So I think that's cool. Now I'm trying to see what else is here. Step up, dot, on time, improve accuracy when throwing with anticipation. Oh, that's a cool ability. That is a cool ability. Some of these are the same though. Leaving your legacy. Each great player leaves a legacy. Now Road to Glory gives you the tools. Okay, so whatever. Trophy room, woo, which is so it looks like the trophy room is everywhere. I know that's something that they're talking about in college football. 2026, like, trophy room's a big thing. You can see the score, all the trophies you won. Cool, awesome. Again, like, I think it will be cool to have it, but it's a thing. Let's see. You can see all the records you broke. You can win the Johnny Unitas, which I think that's a new award, maybe. Maybe that was in last year. I know they added more, but maybe it was like best quarterback. I think that's what it was called. So you can get the Johnny Unitas, and it seems like the stats do matter more because 41 touchdowns, that is pretty good stats. Like, you know, when you'd win the Heisman and the stats were like pretty bad, like hopefully it's a little bit better. Let's see who's doing good. Eli Holstein, oh, so you see the who won it. Okay. Rocco Becht, that's crazy how he won it. Mac, oh, so you see all the recent ones. Very cool. You see all the recent history. That was part of the, I think, the gameplay or the Dynasty deep dive. View all your awards. Bro was a 99 overall. That's crazy. And then we have Superstar mode, and yeah, you can go move on to Madden, which I won't be talking about. And that is basically the end of all the deep dives. Now, they've also made a deep dive for College Ultimate Team and online. Not gonna make a video on it, but I'm gonna give it like 5 minutes. Basically, like, I think the cool thing about actually the cut community is actually pretty enraged by some of these things, which I don't really know. But I think there are some quality of life features there. I don't know. I don't think there's like you can't do like 2v2 or 3v3 regs, which is annoying. But who knows? I'll probably still play cut just so I can play 2v2 and 3v3s with my buddies. But, you know, I'm not a huge fan of Ultimate Team. I just do it. That's the only way I can really play online, other than like through Dynasty. But that was the rate of the deep dives. I think I might make a video talking about some features that I want to be patched in, but we'll see. Let me know if you want those. Let me know your thoughts on Road to Glory overall. So that's going to be it, guys. I hope y'all enjoy. Other than that, this has been Jagnal. I will talk to you guys next time.